Hi and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to talk about Lightroom. It's actually my favorite program if you're doing strictly photography. Here you can see I opened up to an album of images from a photographer named Kevin Christensen. What I want to show you today is how to put a watermark on your images. So I asked Kevin if I could use some of his cool pictures as an example and he agreed. I'm going to start with just picking two pictures and I'm going to click Export. And in my options, I can scroll down and you can see right here, I can select to pick a watermark. You can choose a simple copyright watermark that will just put your name, but I want to do a logo. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. You can see right here, there are options to choose an image. So I'm going to go ahead and choose. On my desktop, I have this image saved. So I'm going to go ahead and select that image. And I'm going to go ahead and pick the white one. He actually has two different logos, one that's just a simple text and one that has a little bit of a graphic to it. But for the watermarking, I want to just leave it the really simple version. I went ahead and picked that image and you can actually see it faintly show up in this corner. Now I want to go ahead and move where this is going to be. I don't want it to be in the bottom left. I would like it to be in the bottom right. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this right section over here, and then I also want to move it up just a little bit, and I can just kind of shift this around until I like it. I'm going to go ahead and make the size just a teeny bit bigger as well. So you can see how I can just play with these settings and get an idea based on this little thumbnail here what it's going to look like. I'm going to go ahead and hit save, and you create the preset. I'm going to call this white watermark since it's white. I'm going to go ahead, if I look up and down, I want to make sure I don't want to resize it, so I'm going to unclick that. And then I'm going to choose a place to put it on my desktop. I'm actually going to go ahead and on my desktop create a new folder and call it website. A lot of times when you put a watermark on something, you're putting it on a website, so that's why I'm naming it this. You could also have a folder, name it a client's name if you're sending them some proofs. So I'm going to choose this folder, and what's kind of cool is over here, I can click add, and I can call this preset website, and I'm going to call it white. I'm going to go ahead and hit create and hit export. Let it think for a minute. And then if you go to your desktop, you can see that under website, these images show up and there's now a nice watermark in the bottom corner of it. I'm going to go ahead and shut that down and show you this again, this time with a black watermark. So for example, on an image like these birds, you clearly would not want to use a white watermark because it wouldn't show up. So I'm going to go ahead and hit export again. Website is already selected in my files, which is good. That's where I want it to go. And here I can go to edit watermarks again. This time I'm going to select the black logo. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this. And I'm picking black logo text since it's the nice simple image, or simple logo that is. Going to go ahead and look at my ratios. You can see how it already puts the placing the same as the white one since that's what I did last. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save and call this watermark black. Hit create. And by the way, you can see white watermark, watermark black. They're sitting in there. Probably should have called it black watermark, but you get the idea. I'm going to go ahead and click export. Once again, I can now go to my desktop and go to website, and now I can open this up and see this image here that has Kevin Christensen with the black watermark instead. That's it. That is all you have to do a watermark. The great thing about Lightroom is that I can select 20, 30, 40, 3,000 pictures and have them export all at once. So it's a pretty simple process. Hopefully you found that helpful and have fun trying it on your own.